Hey everybody, what's going on? It's All You Know 1994. I hope you're all having a great day today. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Season 3 patch notes for multiplayer and Black Ops 6. As we know, multiplayer is going to be releasing Season 3 along with Warzone and Zombies tomorrow, April 2nd. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these patch notes. I'm mainly going to be covering the bigger key points of multiplayer. I might touch in on some zombies, but for right now, let's just talk about some multiplayer stuff. As you see here, this is the roadmap that we discussed in my last video. Again, releasing April 2nd, which is Wednesday, tomorrow. The three maps in multiplayer that we're getting on launch, one being Firing Range, which is a return from previous Call of Duty games as we know. That's going to be 6v6. The next one we have is Barrage. This is a brand new, developed by Treyarch map for 6v6 set in 1968 Vietnam. Hopefully this will play out pretty good considering this is, I think, one of only like 2 or 3 maps that are being developed by Treyarch fully. And like I said in my last video, the track record on these newer maps that they've made, even the maps that came on release of Black Ops 6, most of them, if not a good portion of them, don't really play that well. So only time will tell if this map will actually be good. And then the third one coming in on launch is the face-off 6v6 and 2v2 map Nomad. Again, like I stated in my last video, I'm probably going to be avoiding the face-off maps as much as I can. If I play them, it's going to be a one-off thing or maybe a couple times, but I'm not going to out of my way to play the face-off maps. Especially in a 6v6 setting, they don't make sense to have face-off maps in 6v6 in my opinion. But yeah, these are the 3 maps coming in on launch: Firing Range, Barrage, and Nomad. New multiplayer modes. The first one is going to be Sharpshooter, which is a party mode where every operator is assigned the same loadout, which will change in 45-second intervals. That will give you new melee weapons, new tactical and lethal equipment, new primary and secondary weapons. And then the first elimination increases your movement speed, the second increases reload, third, sprint recovery speed, fourth elimination, ADS speed increase, and fifth elimination, earn double score for eliminating enemies. And then you just, as you can see here, I'm going to leave a link down in the description of this video for the full patch notes that for the multiplayer and zombie side of things for you guys to fully read it for yourself. I'm not going to really read every little bit of it here. But the next mode that is also coming in is Demolition. And for those that have played Call of Duty in the better part of the last 15 years, know what Demolition is. Basically, it's just a search and destroy mode with full respawn. I'm probably most interested in playing Demolition. Now, that's obviously going to depend heavily on the way that people play the mode. If it's just going to be a massive sweat fest with people using meta guns, then I'm probably going to stop playing it. Just because I'm not out here trying to like win $50,000 for being top on the leaderboard in a pub match on Demolition. I'm not. It's just not my thing. If people want to sit here and pretend that this is a CDL tournament, that's on them. But yeah, I'm most interested probably in Demolition, that is coming in on launch along with Sharpshooter. The new weapons that are coming, we have, like I stated, they're all weapons that we've had in previous Call of Duties. This is mainly for like a Warzone nostalgia trip, so take that as you will. The first one is going to be a Call of Duty Warzone login reward. It is the Kilo 141 assault rifle right here. The next one is the CR56 AMAX assault rifle, which is going to be a battle pass reward. The heavy hitting HDR sniper rifle. Now, as somebody that doesn't snipe as much anymore in Call of Duty, I did play back in Modern Warfare 2019, mainly multiplayer. I didn't really play Warzone that much. But the HDR was a one-hit kill machine back in the day. And from what I saw, I think I saw it on Twitter, they're basically keeping that profile the same with this weapon when it releases. So basically, it's going to have a crazy one-shot kill potential. That is going to be also a Battle Pass reward, though. The HDR sniper rifle. Next, we have the Kali sticks. Everybody remembers the Kali sticks. It's going to be a 2-hit melee kill. I think it was somewhere either in this blog post or I saw it on Twitter. It's going to be a 2-hit melee kill. So, people that like running around with the collie sticks or just melee weapons in general, whether that be Warzone or multiplayer, there you go. I'm pretty sure the 2-hit melee kill is going to be specifically for Warzone, though. I don't think that's going to be for multiplayer. I could be wrong, though. And then the last one, which is going to be an in-season special reward, the nail gun. This gun, I believe, was only in Call of Duty Cold War before. I don't think it was in any other Call of Duties. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me. But, I made my points about the multiplayer weapons and the Warzone weapons that are coming this season. It's all, they're trying to nostalgia bait us and trick us into thinking this is all going to be great. And, who's to say it won't be? I'm just a blip on the radar when it comes to opinions, but we'll just have to wait and see how these weapons play. I hope that there's going to be some reason to use these weapons outside of the current meta, in multiplayer more specifically, but we'll just have to wait and see. New attachments, we have the Monolithic Suppressor returning from the Battle Pass, the SWAT 5.56 Grau Conversion Kit coming in the Battle Pass as well, and then the C9 10mm Auto 30-round mag will be in season for the C9 submachine gun. The multiplayer perk that is coming as an event reward in season not in season, on launch, I believe, for the first event, is the Close Shave. It is automatically use your dedicated melee attack when you perform a weapon butt attack. Simply tap the melee button to attack, like the old days. So basically, panic knifing is coming back, so, it'll never be like it used to be in Modern Warfare 2 2009 with Commando Pro. It'll never be like those days, for sure. But, I don't really have an opinion on this. It is what it is. It's an interesting update and an interesting perk. The fact that it's only a perk, though, it's kind of odd, but it's not really that odd. But moving on here, we have new score streaks for multiplayer and zombies. We have the Death Machine, which is coming in season, guys. So we will not be getting it on the launch of Season 3. But like I stated in my last video for the roadmap, I'm not crazy about this. It's a score streak / kill streak we've had before. So I'm not crazy about it. And it's not just because I'm not that great at multiplayer and I won't probably be able to get one. It's just the fact that we've had it before. Like I stated in my last video, I'm not going to dive too much into it. But, yeah. The zombies, the new Zombies Perk-a-Cola. I don't really want to talk about zombies in this video. So, again, I'm going to leave the description I'm going to leave a link in the description to this blog post for you guys to check it out if you want to really read into the zombie side of things, but I'm just going to skip over it for now. We got the new Operator, Rose coming in launch, Black Cell reward, Hudson, another Battle Pass reward on launch. Then we have Merc returning from Modern Warfare 2019, I believe. He's coming in on launch in the Battle Pass. And then coming in season for an event reward for Black Ops 6 owners, John Black Ops. So, 4 new operators that are going to be coming throughout the season or on launch. New events, we have the Black Ops Tribute event that'll be in season probably a couple weeks or so after the launch of Season 3. I'm not going to talk about anti-cheat. My opinion hasn't really changed much on anti-cheat this year. They're posting, like we've seen on Twitter and in other videos, they're posting all these numbers and stuff. And the fact is, like I've stated before, guys, those numbers don't mean anything if these cheaters can just rebrand themselves with their providers and just come right back into the game with a free account. I feel like there needs to be more drastic measures than what they're doing to really combat the cheating problem that has been in Call of Duty, especially this year. But maybe I could be proven wrong. Maybe they're really trying to bear down on these cheat providers this time around, and maybe we'll see a significant change, but it's hard to say. And while we're talking about the anti-cheat, I just want to preface everything here by saying all this stuff that we're getting in Season 3 may be good to some people, and it may be a positive thing, but all of it is going to be completely negated if the anti-cheat does not function properly on day one. If we're just running into rampant cheating through the first week, through the first couple weeks, all of this that we have coming for Season 3, guys, is pretty much pointless. But moving on with the crossplay console settings, where basically now console players can turn off crossplay and only play with, whether it's just playing with other Xbox players or playing with other PlayStation players. So it even says here, guys, that it could negatively impact matchmaking queues by doing this, so keep that in mind. But basically, now you guys can play in regular pub matches and Warzone and multiplayer with just other console players. So maybe that's good for the longevity of the game, but only time will tell with that. They're improving the preloading shaders, the PC benchmark, and something that has been an issue for many seasons, probably I think since the beginning of the game's launch, is a global fix that they're doing where you entering Prestige will no longer reset operator, calling card, emote, spray, or gobblegum customization. That has been something that has been going on for at least I would say 3 seasons. So something like that, I don't understand why it took so long to finally fix. It had to have been on their radar for a good amount of time now, but a change is a change. I mean, I feel it should have been something done sooner, but it is what it is. This is the big one, guys. I'm not going to really be talking a bunch about the assault rifles other than the Goblin. The Goblin is getting a nerf to its damage across all ranges, but it's getting its damage effective range improved across all ranges. And the big one here is the rate of fire is being improved from 460 RPM to 600 RPM, guys. So this thing is going to have a crazy rate of fire. So that damage nerf that it's getting might be noticeable, but with the amount of bullets you're going to be able to throw down range, it might not even be that noticeable. So I would say this is a pretty big nerf for the Goblin Mark II assault rifle. The AS Val, something that I've, over the course of time, have been really coming to enjoy, and I really like this assault rifle out of most of them. Basically, what they're doing here is they're not fully, but they're reverting the maximum damage range back to its original state. Not completely, but pretty close to. So it's going from 12.7 meters to 19.1 meters. So now it's basically going to feel like an AR. And you're going to be able to take those long-range engagements with this gun, which is nice, because for people that have been using this gun, you really can't challenge long range with this gun after a certain point, because it's just the range is just really bad. So it's nice to see that this gun is going to probably be a lot better long shot kill potential. So AS Val getting another nerf, or getting a buff, excuse me. The Tonto binary trigger is getting a buff across the board here, as you can see. And this is the one that I am so happy for, guys. The Jackal PDW is getting overall a huge nerf across the board, as you can see here. It's getting a slight damage increase on its minimum damage, but for the most part, it's a nerf across the board. And I hate to say it, guys, but unfortunately, it seems like Black Ops 6 is over. We're going to have to move on to the next game. We are done, because the majority of players are probably going to quit now because their favorite weapon is no longer as good as it was. Now, people are still joking, all jokes aside, people are still probably going to use this weapon, so take that as you will, but the fact that it's getting a pretty sizable nerf across the board is pretty good as far as I'm concerned. But other than that, guys, the shotguns are getting increases to everything pretty much, so buffs for shotguns across the board again. I don't see a lot of people in 6v6, normal like 6v6 maps, using shotguns. It's more or less the face-off maps that I see shotguns, so I'm not too concerned about this, if I'm being honest with you. And it's for the Dragon's Breath and the Slug rounds. It doesn't say it's just an overall thing. I think it's just for those specific rounds that these shotguns use. So keep that in mind as well. But again, I don't see a lot of people using the shotguns in normal 6v6 maps. So I'm not too concerned, but again, shotguns across the board for specific Slugs and Dragon's Breath rounds are getting increases across the board. And then last but not least, the DM10 marksman rifle is getting a beefy maximum damage range from 50 up to 65, and its rate of fire is being improved from 300 RPM to 333 RPM. So again, a pretty heavy damage marksman rifle is going to have a pretty solid rate of fire, so a lot of bullets are going to be going down range. So the DM10 probably going to be taking over the top spot in marksman rifles after this update. So expect to see a lot of DM10 gameplay from people online. And then the TR2 or the FAL getting an increase to its maximum damage range from 24.1 to 29.2. and also getting a fat increase to its rate of fire from 400 RPM to 480 RPM. So, again, a gun that's pretty solid in the damage department, going to be able to put a lot of bullets down range in a quick amount of time, and at an increased maximum damage range. So, TR2 and DM10 getting pretty significant buffs in Season 3's update coming out tomorrow. We have some movement updates. The increased crouch to stand speed has been increased by 15%. Increased crouch to stand speeds while ADS from up to 39%, or by 39%, excuse me. And then they increased the directional sprint animation blend speeds for improved fluidity. And with that being said, guys, there's nothing really else I really wanted to touch on. Like I said, I'm going to leave the link to this whole blog post down in the description of this video for you guys to go ahead and watch, or read, I should say. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap the video up here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and leave a comment and a like down below. I would greatly appreciate it. If you disliked the video, go ahead and leave me a dislike as well. It doesn't hurt my feelings. And also, feel free to leave some comments about your opinions on the buffs and nerfs to the weapons in this patch coming tomorrow. My biggest joy that I'm finding out of this whole thing is obviously the Jackal getting that much needed nerf. It's been a very overpowered weapon since the beta, and it took them this long to finally realize, hey, we should probably try to shake things up with at least the SMG meta in Black Ops 6, so we'll see if this changes things up. If it does, I'd like to see maybe some PPSH game play from people, more C9, PP919, SMGs that have never necessarily been bad in this meta, but they've just been completely outclassed by the Jackal PDW, so hopefully with that nerf to the Jackal, we'll see a change in the SMG meta, so to speak. But with that, again, like I said, being said, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and this is All You Know 1994. Peace out.